Hello everyone, this is Matt with InvestorFeed, and in this video I'll be doing a breakdown of our InvestorFeed compounding cap raise pipeline financial model, where you'll see a clear data-driven picture of exactly how to raise $4.5 million in cumulative capital from a one-time single investment of just $10K in Facebook ads. I'll be proving to you through cut and clear data exactly how to invest one time upfront in Facebook ads to build up your initial investor pipeline that then produces millions of dollars in capital for the lifetime of your business relationship. So here's each and every section I'll be covering in this video. In section number 1, I'll be introducing the new predictable, automated, and scalable method of connecting with high net worth investors online. In section number 2, I'll be covering why Facebook ads are actually the #1 most powerful specifically for investor lead generation, not business or e-commerce. In section number 3, I'll be going through an actual step-by-step breakdown of a high net worth investor lead generation campaign with Facebook ads. And finally, in section number 4, I'll be performing a real-life demo of our compounding cap raise pipeline financial model to show you exactly how you can raise $4.5 million in cumulative capital from a one-time single investment of just $10K in Facebook ads. So with that being said, let's begin. So to start off, let's cover the differences between traditional fundraising and digital fundraising to show exactly why our new strategy of digital fundraising is ultimately the #1 technologically superior method in this new digital first era. So the traditional strategies of raising capital in more of a one-to-one manual format were very inconsistent, time and effort inefficient, and mostly unpredictable once you've actually tapped out of your closest network. So the first step traditionally would be to utilize some form of manual one-to-one attention generation strategy to actually get in front of these investors, such as cold calling, cold emailing, or in-person networking and meetups, which is normally where the majority of your time would be spent, working up to 40 plus hours per week, with most of your time just being wasted on unqualified and or uninterested prospects, which is just incredibly inefficient. Then hopefully, if you're lucky, you'll be able to get some prospects that are actually somewhat interested and manually convert them into an outbound cold lead within your pipeline with the potential to invest with you. Then next, you'll need to begin performing manual one-to-one nurturing of the leads in your pipeline, spending a large majority of your own time personally answering all their questions, wining and dining them, building a connection with them, and educating them on your investment thesis, with a hope that in the final step of the process, after all the time you've spent getting their attention and nurturing them over the course of months or even years, that they'll actually end up investing with you. But as we all know, the final result is very unpredictable. That's not normally how it turns out, and most times it ends up just being a big waste of time and effort. But now the new way with digital fundraising, we simply just create and film our perfect pitch for our investment in a video, and then we set up a simple ad campaign to present our perfect video pitch in a one-to-many format directly in front of high net worth investors online, non-intrusively inside their social media newsfeed for as little as just $50 per 1,000 investor views, with virtually zero manual personal time or effort required. Then in the next step, investors will self-select your video ad by clicking on it within their newsfeed, displaying clear interest and intent in your investment, and fill out all their contact information on your website, plus also answer qualification questions to pre-qualify them upfront and convert them into an inbound warm lead within your pipeline. Once again, all happening automatically with zero personal manual time or effort required on your part. Then in the next step, you'll be able to nurture your prospective investor leads, and once again in a one-to-many automated format through social media and email automations with high quality and educational content that they can watch on their own time at any time to build a connection, educate, and nurture your leads in a super high leverage format where you can create that content once and it can be watched by an infinite number of people at one time and continually provide value and educate your leads forever while it stays published on the internet. Then finally, once you're ready to actually launch your investment offering, you can just send out a couple emails to your fully nurtured pipeline, plus also leverage the engagement data from your content and your website to have your investor relations team prioritize their outreach to the most engaged and qualified leads with the highest intent to invest, allowing you to be super efficient with your actual manual time and effort. So the #1 biggest misconception is that Facebook ads are only for selling e-commerce products or business lead generation. But what if I told you that Facebook ads are actually the most valuable specifically for investor lead generation? Why is that? Well, it's because of a business term called customer lifetime value. So customer lifetime value is the total dollar worth to a business of a customer over the whole period of the relationship with a brand. So for e-commerce products, the average customer lifetime value might be around $100 to $500, very low ticket. Then we have business lead generation. So the average lifetime value of a customer might be $1,000 to $5,000. But with investor lead generation, the average lifetime value of an investor might be anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000 to even $1 million. And this is exactly why Facebook ads are so incredibly valuable for investor lead generation, because every single qualified lead has the potential to invest $50,000 to $100,000 or even more with you, in comparison to just a couple $100 or a couple $1,000 like with e-commerce or business lead generation. So the key here is that Facebook ads are so much more valuable from a cost effectiveness and cost efficiency standpoint, since you're spending similar amounts to generate a qualified lead as something such as a local business compared to a qualified investor lead with Facebook ads, but the customer lifetime value could be 50 to 100 plus times more. So the great part for you is, if you're watching this right now, is that nobody, and I mean nobody, truly understands this right now. So it's your perfect opportunity to take advantage of this massive inefficiency in the ad market. Then even better, if you're good at what you do and you actually provide quality returns, that same one single investor that you've acquired initially from Facebook ads then has the potential to invest again and again for the lifetime of your business relationship, boosting that LTV of just that single individual person up to potentially millions of dollars. So imagine building a pipeline of even just a measly 10, 20, 50, or even 100 investors with paid ads, which is relatively simple. Well, the potential LTV of your pipeline could be now up to 10 to 50 plus $1 million cumulatively over the lifetime of your relationship. Plus, it gets even better because with e-commerce and businesses, they need to continuously be spending money on paid ads to generate more and more leads and sales every single month, or their company will die. But with investor lead generation, you can spend the money on Facebook ads once to build up your initial investor pipeline with let's say 50, 100, 500, or even 1,000 qualified investor leads. And then, if properly nurtured, you can then call up that same pipeline again and again for your newest investment offerings without having to spend any more money on ads. Plus, also get referrals for free from those exact investors as well. And that's what we like to call the compounding cap raise pipeline. So this right here is exactly why Facebook ads plus our InvestorFeed InvestorAudiences are the #1 most efficient, profitable, and superior way to connect with investors to raise capital in 2024 and beyond. So now, how does a paid advertising high net worth investor lead generation campaign work exactly? Well, here's a high level breakdown. So to start off here, we have the Facebook ad. So this plays a major role in the success of your campaign and includes your headline, your body text, and your ad creative, whether that be a video or image, that will first off attract your ideal investor avatar while they're scrolling through the newsfeed to click onto your ad. Then next we have the audience targeting. So this is going to be the exact audience that you'll be set to target with your Facebook ads, which has traditionally been very restricted for specifically financial and investment type categories without investor feed, which is why leveraging our pre-built investor audiences is absolutely critical in the success of your advertising campaign in order to target your exact ideal investor avatar. Then we move over to the lead form, which is going to be either a Facebook instant lead form that pops up natively within the Facebook newsfeed when someone clicks your advertisement, or your own website that you'll be sending prospective investors that click your Facebook ad in order to fill out a form with their contact information, plus also answer any qualification questions to qualify them up front. So you're only spending your time speaking with interested, pre-qualified prospective investors on the phone to close on an investment. Then lastly here we have our AI targeting optimization. So you can basically look at every single ad campaign as a mini AI model, and with every lead that you convert on your website, you are then feeding the ad platform Pixel, training their AI machine learning models to hone in the AI targeting on your ideal customer data profile on their platform, utilizing all of their accumulated data on each and every user on their platform to generate higher quality leads at even lower cost, if you're actually feeding the pixel with quality conversion data. But if you feed it with bad data, the exact opposite can happen, where it results in worse targeting and higher costs, which is a major problem for the majority of companies not using our InvestorFeed InvestorAudiences. And now the best thing about InvestorFeed is that we've actually developed features that allow you to get your very own minimum viable qualified investor lead generation system set up in as little as just 24 hours. So you can leverage our Investor IQ feature to first off clone the top performing winner ads and websites in your exact investment industry, combined with our investor audiences to target your exact ideal investor avatar to begin automatically generating 5 to 10 plus pre-qualified inbound high net worth investor leads per day in as little as just 24 hours. So now let me prove to you through our compounding cap raise pipeline financial model exactly how to raise $4.5 million in cumulative capital from just a one-time single initial investment of $10K in Facebook ads. This right here is our compounding cap raise pipeline financial model, which will break down exactly how to raise $4.5 million in cumulative capital over a 5-year period from just a one-time single initial investment of $10K in Facebook ads. So starting off on the left side here, we have all of the different inputs for our financial model, beginning with our initial investor pipeline lead generation metrics. So the very first input here is going to be the primary single one-time initial investment of Facebook ads in order to build up our initial investor pipeline with leads, which we currently have set at $10,000. Then next we have the average cost per qualified investor lead generated from Facebook ads, which we currently have set at an industry average of $100 per qualified investor lead generated. So based on the initial investment of $10,000 in Facebook ads and an average cost per qualified investor lead of $100, we would be able to generate 100 qualified investor leads in our pipeline, as you can see right here. Then next we have our initial investment rate, which is going to be the percentage of our total pipeline that invest in the first year, which we currently have set at 10% with an average initial investment amount of $100,000. And then next, as you can see here, we have 3 different sectors of KPIs that represent the compounding cap raise component of our financial model, including, to start off with, number 1, our reinvestment KPIs, which is the percentage of your current investors that end up reinvesting in the next year, and also the average reinvestment amount size. Then next we have our referral KPIs, which is the percentage of your current investors that refer you an investor in the next year, and also the average referral investment amount as well. Then finally, number 3, we have the deferred pipeline investor KPIs, which is the percentage of your existing pipeline that end up as investors in the next year, and also the average deferred investor amount as well. So based on all of these current inputs that you can see right here, we can now accurately forecast out the cumulative capital raised across a 5-year period in our summary table on the right side right here. So starting off in year 1, we just have our initial capital raised from the initial 10% of our pipeline of 100 qualified investor leads, which would be just 10 investors, providing an investment of $100K on average for a total capital raised in the very first year of $1 million, and ultimately, obviously, a $1 million in cumulative capital raised as well for the first year. But now in year 2 is where the pipeline begins compounding. So based on a 20% reinvestment rate, we have 2 reinvested investors that invest a total of $200,000. Then we have 1 referral investor that invests $100,000 for an equivalent of $100,000 for year number 2. And then also we have 4 deferred pipeline investors with all fractions rounded down. So we have conservative estimates that have invested $400,000 based on a $100,000 per deferred investor investment amount, for a total capital raised in year 2 of $700,000, and now a cumulative capital raised across the first 2 years of $1.7 million. And remember, this is all without any other extra advertising spend other than our initial $10,000 investment in Facebook ads in year 1. So next, in year 3, the snowball begins compounding even further with $300,000 in reinvestment, $100,000 in referral investments, and $400,000 in deferred pipeline investment for a total capital raised in year 3 of $800,000 and a cumulative capital raised of $2.5 million with 20 cumulative investors in year 3. Then next, in year 4, we now have $400,000 in reinvestment, $200,000 in referral investments, and $400,000 in deferred pipeline investment for a total capital raised of $1 million in year 4 and a cumulative capital raised of $3.5 million with 26 cumulative investors. Then finally, in year number 5, we now have $500,000 in reinvestment, $200,000 in referral investments, and $300,000 in deferred pipeline investment for a total capital raised in year number 5 of $1 million and a cumulative capital raised across the entire 5-year span of $4.5 million with 31 cumulative investors. And once again, remember, this is all from just a single one-time investment of just $10,000 in Facebook ads in year number 1. So I hope this financial model right here has proven to you the true sheer power and profitability of the compounding cap raise pipeline with Facebook ads to raise millions of dollars in capital across virtually any investment industry. So to recap this video, I introduced you to the new predictable, automated, and scalable method of connecting with high net worth investors online called digital fundraising. In section number 2, we covered exactly why Facebook ads are actually the number 1 most powerful specifically for investor lead generation in comparison to business or e-commerce. In section number 3, we went over the step-by-step breakdown of an actual high net worth investor lead generation campaign with Facebook ads. And finally, in section number 4, we performed a real life demo proving to you exactly how to raise $4.5 million in cumulative capital from a one-time investment of just $10K in Facebook ads. So thank you very much for watching. And if you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to email us at info@investorfeed.org or go to our website at www.investorfeed.org to schedule a call with our team.